Morning. Here I am at STRETFORD Cemetery to show you off Lime Road near Edge Lane. I'll just talk you through it. We'll just go in. I'll show you a quick map here. Up here. Yeah, so we're here and we'll just be walking around having a look and get to the centre over here. Okay, then we'll see what happens. Okay. That's the main office apparently. It's not open today, but if you've got any inquiries, and the lady with the flowers. Now I've had a chat with her this morning and she's telling me about the place. She's been here for a few years. It's quite busy, it's actually, compared to Urmston. Yeah, it's opened in 1885. There are new graves still available for burial and half graves for cremation. The chapel, which is up here, in a minute you'll see it, that's unavailable for services because it's in a bit of a state of disrepair. I'm not too sure what the traffic council are going to do about repairing it, if anything, but I'll show you what it looks like. And if you're having a ceremony for burial or cremation, you can use the Hale or the Hale Cemetery, or the one in Altrincham prior to interment here. Okay, so this is on the bottom of Lime Road. It's just here, which is approximately about 600 metres from Stretford Metro Station. There are buses and trams stop nearby, and it's about 5 minutes walk away. These are the older graves, as you can tell. Here, and that's the flats in Stretford, just near the Arndale. Okay, and we'll go down to where the chapel is that isn't used anymore. Just have a look here. As you can see, these are going back to 1935, 1927. Oh, some of these are really nice ones, aren't they? So you don't usually get stuff like this these days. They've got one 1925 and 33. And on this side too, it's the older type ones. They've got some newer ones here. But, I won't focus on those too much, with respect. Most of the older ones are people not around anymore, because some of them are approaching 100 years. They do have some newer ones here in front of the older ones, because what's happening is Stretford and Urmston cemeteries, they're all becoming full, and traffic council said that there might only be a few years left of room for burials. I think they're going to use the one in Dunham if there is, well, there will be need for further burials, cremations. And they may, I don't know if they can expand actually. Okay. Yeah, this is the chapel here. can see, it's not a bad looking building. I'm going to put a pile of soil in front of it. It's a nice thought, isn't it? Doing that. I think it, obviously because it's not used anymore, unfortunately. And the gravestones around here are pretty cool. This one's going back 1898. Because when you think about this one's open 1885, so this must have been the first ones. That's a cool one there. Yep, the side of the building. The door's in the state of disrepair. And you can see the Metrolink there, by the way, that noise. That way runs to Altrincham, the other way Stretford, the nearest tram stop, and it goes to Manchester. Oh, let's look at here. Some put a hole in here. Have a look through, see if we can find anything. Don't think you can see that much actually. Nope. Just a load of tools there. And this one, this door's somewhere, I don't know, is it, someone tried to kick it in or something? I don't know. Let's have a look. Can't see much, unfortunately. No, sorry. The back of the building looks good, especially the tower. It's quite tall. Yeah. At the bottom there's a side road. Is it Hawthorne Road? Anyway, this more the older graves going back to 1897, 1910, 1888. Might have been one of the first ones, wasn't it? If it was 1885. Just go down towards the end. Yeah, so there's the road there. So let's turn around here. Yeah, cool. You get a better picture of the chapel here. Nice. Okay, so we'll walk down here. So this is 1917. Right. Some of these graves are falling over. I think what the council have done is just for ones that are cracked, just put them on its side in case it was to fall on anyone, rather than them being vandalised. Or just put them down. Yeah. So this is the bottom of the cemetery, the Stretford Cemetery. We have the newer graves over here, as you can see. Here goes all the way down there, and I'll show you that in a minute. What we do is just keep with the older ones on this, so the left side, the newer ones on the right side. So there's Stretford flats over there in the distance. Just walk up here. It's been raining today, but the sun's out now, so it's not too bad. It's where we walked down before over there. Another picture of the chapel. It's not looking too bad. Yeah, it'd be good if they could sort that out and use it again for burials, cremation ceremonies. For some reason I've got a load of dirt there, I don't know why. And then the newer ones here. The lady at the flower shop there in the corner, she was just saying that it is a busy cemetery. She's not been to the Ermston one before, but Stretford does tend to be busier, and from walking around it here, it just seems to be larger than Ermston, but I didn't find anywhere online about grave counts. But both are becoming full, like I mentioned earlier. The older ones here, older graves, also with the old trees. Don't seem to have that many with the newer trees over there. And you can see in the distance St. Matthew's Church. You can hear the church bells anyway. In 1946, there is a few Commonwealth war graves, like this one, Pilot Officer Winstanley, bomb aimer, Royal Air Force. He died 1st of March 43, age 20, unfortunately. Rest in peace to you, sir. Yeah, there is a few Commonwealth war graves, but I think it's not like Ermston, where they were all together. Not seen them. No, so this is the older part, as you've seen, the graves, and the newer section all the way down here, all the way down to the end there where those cars are. I just wanted to show you one particular grave which I'll head out to. If I can find the grave in question. That's the office building they were saying. It's not open today. But yeah, if I see some people, I'll just avoid showing for their privacy. So you get a good view there of the. I'll just stop this a minute because there's some people over there, so I'll see you in a minute. Okay, back again. Sorry, there's just some other people talking. I didn't want to interrupt them. Gentleman over there. They were talking about a particular grave. I'll take you to. Where is it now? Is this grave here? This one here. It's a family in the name of Henry. Zilla, Diana, Stephen, Pauline, Philip, Vanessa. The 19th of April 1993. You think, well, that's familiar, 1993. Well, unfortunately, if you remember anything about the WACO tragedy in Texas, these guys were there when it happened, unfortunately. And what happened was, in the WACO siege, the law enforcement compound that belonged to a religious sect, the Branch Davidians, there was a raid carried out by the US federal government, Texas, and the US military between February 28th and April 19th, 1993. The Branch Davidians were led by David Koresh, and the headquarters at Mount Carmel Center Ranch in Extol, Texas, which is 13 miles northeast of Waco. The US Bureau of Alcohol and Tobacco Firearms obtained a search warrant for the compound, suspected the group of stockpiling illegal weapons, and an arrest warrant for David and a few of the group members. The incident began when the ATF attempted to serve a search and arrest warrant on the ranch, and there was a gunfight, unfortunately, resulting in deaths of 4 government agents and 6 David Koresh followers. Upon the ATF entering the property and a failure to execute a search warrant, a siege lasted for 51 days and was initiated by the FBI. Eventually, the FBI launched an assault and, using tear gas, attempt to force the David Koresh followers out of the ranch. Shortly thereafter, the Mount Carmel Center became engulfed in flames. The fire resulted in deaths of 76 David Koresh followers, including 25 children, 2 pregnant women, and the leader himself, David. The event and the siege attack were disputed by various sources, and there was controversy over the origins of the fire. The Justice Department, US, said that the tear gas canisters were used by the FBI, and they didn't start the fire, but maintained the sect members starting the fires. Obviously, this is disputed. Arson investigation, including that they were responsible, the David Koresh followers, as there were 3 different areas of the compound that were set alight. Now that's just their evidence, so you can make of that what you will. unfortunately, the people here are the residents of Old Trafford, and they went over to live with David and his followers near Waco, Texas, in the early 90s. So we had Zilla, 56, and 5 children: Diana, 28, Stephen, 26, Pauline, 24, Philip, 22, Vanessa, 19, all living at the compound at the time, after leaving the Manchester home to follow Koresh in the US. And they lived, like I said, lived in Old Trafford. Sam, the surviving father, has mentioned fond memories of the childhood. The children were happy and studious youngsters, and shared an incredibly close bond, and loved to write their own music and sing gospel songs. So they're obviously nice people, and sadly missed by the father and relatives. If you want to know more about the WACO, I was listening to a BBC Sounds. If you go onto the website, and the End of Days, and they talk about what the events leading up to WACO and the aftermath and the trial in the US and UK, trying to bring justice to the families. I don't believe it, unfortunately, the US Department, FBI or not, were ever successfly sued, which is unfortunate, because we really don't know what exactly happened there to cause these deaths. But we just pay respects for the people that died here today. So that's the Henry family, as you can see. This is the newer part of the cemetery, even though this particular section's from the 90s. There's toilets over there. They've got some more newer ones at the end over there, and down there, right in the distance, there's more new, more recent than the 90s graves. Yeah. So that's a quick look around the STRETFORD Cemetery, and some of his famous people that's turned here. Oh, I think I've just reached let's just go down here, step on any graves. Here we go, we're all right here. Okay, just come past here. So we got more 80s here, some for the 80s. Obviously all the way, like I said, all the way down there, there's more recent ones, but they are filling up because, as you can see, though it looks well maintained, it is full. And I spoke to some people who were sat on the bench over there before whilst I was waiting. That's why the video was cut. And they were saying that Trafford do come around and mow the grass, but some particular areas are a bit difficult to get to, especially if the graves are extending outwards, in which you do get. There's the toilets there if you need to go, or get some water for your flowers. Yeah, it's these type of graves that stick out, apparently have difficulty with the mowers, as you can tell here, because look, the grass isn't maintained much, is it, compared to the ones over there? Yeah. Yeah, especially down here, as you can see. Still, looking around the STRETFORD Cemetery, it is a nice place. Comparable with Ermston. Like I said, I've not done the I've not done Summer Cemetery yet. At the back there, you've got the main road that goes into Chorlton, That way Stretford. King's Road's nearby. They've got Stretford Grammar School just down here at the end of this road, and Longford Park, where the Queen, talk about the Queen Jubilee, and in '77 she came and visit, and it has an athletic track where Trafford AC do the running. Yeah, there's a guy here doing some mowing now. Probably doing it himself. Still, when there's a need. Yeah. This nice. Here with Angel. 1941, 64. These ones aren't too bad either. The older ones are more decorate, aren't they? They've more decoration on them. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Cool, that. Like that. This is the exit over there. Okay. Well, I'll sign off here. I'll get a photo of the chapel, put it on as the thumbnail, and we'll see you on the next instalment. Maybe I can do some cemetery. Not too sure when, but because it's a really big place. Apparently, it's the second largest cemetery in Europe, but the municipal one. So I look forward to doing that. I might have to take my scooter around because it was that big. I don't fancy walking. All right. I'll catch you later. Thanks very much for joining. Bye. I did this because I missed it on the first outing, walking around the cemetery so the chapel's over here, and towards where the Metrolink line is, there's a war memorial. It says this garden is dedicated to the memory of the residents of Stretford, also 17 unidentified persons who lost their lives through the enemy action in December 1940 and were interred here. May they rest in peace. So we've got quite a few. As you can see, the following are believed to be included among the 17 identified persons interred in these graves. There's the Rickett family, Charles Dakin, and we got Bromley, Featherstone. We've got quite a few here. I won't read them all out. Anne and George Clark, Catherine Laban. You can see. And we got here Hills, Griffiths, Johnson. Yeah, so got a small memorial garden. Very nice. So if you want to come and have a look, just near the chapel. Right. See you later.